And then you come to category C, which Ghana has been banned from partaking or hosting matches of that nature. The category A is a World Cup match. Category B is AFCON proper. And category 3 is what we have been banned from hosting, which is even lower. That is a qualification of AFCON, not the AFCON tournament itself.
Hi everyone, welcome to I'm a Ghana Observer. Today I wanted to talk about CAF's ban on the use of Ghana's football pitches or football parks. And the clip I just played in the beginning is of Saddick Adams. He is a Ghana sportscaster and he breaks it down in a way that I understood. Because as a female supporter of football, all I heard was there's a ban on our pitches. But I could not break it down effectively. So I'll share more of his clips as we go along. And I'll drop the link to the full video in the description so that you can go watch the whole thing there. So for me, the question is, how did we get here? How did Ghana get here? That we have to go to other countries to ask for permission to use their pitches to play qualifying matches. How did Ghana get here?
Hello. Thank you very much for joining the channel this morning, and I'm doing this video quickly just to explain a situation that is upon Ghana football at this point. So after CAF's decision to withdraw the only remaining stadium, Baba Yara Stadium, then what happened? Ghana had two options. The options were that we needed to provide to CAF our alternative international venue or alternative country, host country, one. Then two, we supplied them with a stadium in Ghana that requires to us that we think that it fits or it passes the qualification for CAF to come here and review again. That's an emergency review or an emergency inspection, of which CAF will send someone to Ghana, and the person's travel costs and other expenses are going to be borne by the country that is requesting for the emergency inspection. But the Ghana Football Association decided to go with Cote d'Ivoire, decided to go with Togo. They wanted Cote d'Ivoire because of the facilities they have due to the recent hosting of the AFCON. And to Ghana, for Ankasa FA4, they prioritized or they had in mind choosing Ivory Coast, as I understood. Then there was also Togo, and the Ministry of Sports will have to collaborate with GFA to select a venue. So the ministry and the GFA, after some negotiations or discussions, deliberations, we understand, said they will go for Togo. So they sent in a request. What I can confirm from my sources in Togo is that the Togolese authorities have not categorically stated or written back to Ghana as I speak. Perhaps they will do very soon. They have not written back to Ghana because Ghana needed to supply this information to CAF by the 15th or 16th of September. That was 2 days ago. So that information has been sent, and the Togolese are aware that Ghana have sent their home venue as an alternative host country for Ghana's games. But what we know is that Togo have rejected. They have rejected the request by Ghana. And this rejection is based on two factors, which I will explain in this video. So Togolese are rejecting Ghana's request to play there. So they have rejected in principle, yet to write to Ghana. One, Togo's main stadium, that's the Kege National Stadium in Lomé, for some past few years, was disqualified by CAF. They did not have the required facilities and logistics to host matches. So they were banned like Ghana. But those days, or when Togo was banned, there were no qualifiers ongoing. They were given heads up, like Ghana was given a heads up and we failed to react or we failed to act on it. They were given heads up and they took a major renovation of the stadium, which you'll be watching very soon, or which you are watching on your screens. So the KK National Stadium has undergone renovation. It looks very good now to the standard required by CAF. That is the only stadium they have for international matches in their country. And of course, Togo's population, and you look at the country and you clearly can see that having one international stadium should be enough for them. And so they don't want to compromise on that. They have only one stadium. And the only one stadium they've had their own issues with the pitch, struggling to maintain it. So this man here is the person in charge of the Togolese stadium. And he talks about the fact that they don't have the capacity to grow the pitches to the level they want. So they are struggling to maintain it so that they always have a constant home venue. So this is one. Their pitch is not a hybrid pitch to allow for two teams to play on the same pitch. And they don't think that, the pitch in Ghana, for Ghana to host our matches there, then they also come and host it. So they are protecting their pitch.
Yes, and Togo has every right to protect their pitch because they had the same warnings. Ghana had the same warning as Togo. But their leaders took the initiative to put it right. But how about Ghana leaders? These two faces they should be ashamed of themselves. Kurt Okweku, Ghana Football Association president, and Mustafa Yusuf, Minister of Sport, Youth and Sport. They are the faces of shame regarding Ghana's football. Why are we now going around begging other countries to host us when you had the same warnings at the same time? Our corrupt leaders, when we call them out, greedy, shameless, unpatriotic. Why? Why can't you do right by Ghana and Ghanaian citizens? What does it take to improve our football pitches or football parks? And this takes me back to an article I found about Mustafa Yusuf. It's totally unacceptable. The way you are looting just to enrich yourselves, and then now you are going around begging, please, all our neighboring countries, refuse Ghana. Please, we are pleading on our knees. Please, 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 when our leaders, our so-called leaders, some of our so-called leaders come with cap in hand to beg, reject it. Just like Togo, to say no. We did our part, how about you do yours? So many things have been going on, which has culminated to where we find ourselves now. In this article, Enjoy Sports, dated 28 February 2024, it says, players of the national amputee football team, the Black Challenge, have called on government to redeem its promise following their gold-winning performance at last year's Africa Para Games, which was in September of 2023, where Ghana beat Morocco 2-1 for a gold medal. For their efforts, the government promised each player $2,000, but 5 months in, that pledge hadn't been redeemed. The article continues that in 2021, the amputee players paid their own way to participate in the African Amputee Cup of Nations in Tanzania. They had purchased one-way tickets to the competition on their own because the sports ministry, headed by this same Mustafa Yusuf, told them there was no money to fund their participation. However, after winning the trophy, the government flew them back home. They presented the trophy to the sports minister, again, Mustafa Yusuf, and this shameless minister has kept that trophy. At least up to the time of this article being written in February of this year. And in the next clip I'm going to share, here he is admonishing the team, the amputee team. Some people in Ghana had gifted them some monies, and he was demanding for the monies to be given to the government or to give an account. It explains itself in the clip, so here goes.
This is a national team. The team sitting here is not a club. It's not your private property. When you are going to Egypt, if I haven't signed for you to represent our country, you cannot be there. So that is to the management who are here. And it is not only to you, but to entire national team. Once it's a national team and you are going to represent our flag, anytime you come, that's why when you are going, I delegated my director of FNA to come with you in Egypt. I made sure that communication went to the ambassador who is representing the president to make sure that whatever is supposed to be done, courtesies and protocols are accorded to you because you are representing our country. So when you come, after the successes and there is anything, the first point of call should be this office. We are not going to tolerate you using the state for your personal benefits. Once you come, all of us will then be making sure that whatever benefit that is supposed to accrue to you, just like we did in the previous time when you came, the $2,000 you all received never came into my pockets. It was for you because you represented us and you performed. And similar opportunity will be given to you. But if you realize that this time when you landed, unlike last year, yeah, but this is important. I just want the media to know. Unlike last year when you came here directly, this year you started going from one place to another place without even recourse to the government who sponsored you. And that cannot be tolerated. I have to put it to you, not only you, any national team. If it's your personal club, a private club, that is fine. That is your club. But as national team, once you come, you should know that you are representing the government, the states. So that is what I just want to tell you. So I've asked the president of the Ghana National Para Team. We have seen that you have received a lot of donations, which is good for us. You should account for it because it's for the state, it's not for you. And he has indicated that he will definitely come and account for it. And government will then see what we will do to complement whatever you have received already. So that is the information I just want to. And we'll communicate after you have presented all the statements, all what you have received to us, to my office.
See his arrogance. Look at his arrogance. Talking to grown-up men. Look at the arrogant tone he's using. So some of our inept leaders have no care for Ghanaians. Meanwhile, we are paying them. It's our taxes that pay them. They still expect us to call them honorable. Ask me what is honorable in what he just did. Instead of channeling this energy towards our football stadiums. Nah. And then there are some minions clapping. Instead of chastising that, no, I think the man next to him tried to rein him in. And our taxes are paying you. You are accountable to us, the citizens. These people have to pay their own ticket. And when they come and Ghanaians want to appreciate them, you have the nerve to talk to them as though they are less than. We Ghanaians are very unhappy with the state of our stadiums. And the two of you need to do your jobs instead of shaming us in front of the whole world.
Former Sports Minister Edwin Neelante van der Poel has criticized the Ministry of Youth and Sports, led by Mustafa Yusuf, for displaying significant incompetence in light of the recent national embarrassment within the sporting community. Now, van der Poel's remarks follow a statement of the ministry urging the GFA to contact CAF for approval of the Legon and Accra Sports Stadia to host Ghana's October Games against Sudan. He is demanding the removal of the sports minister and key officials at the NSA, holding them responsible for the poor condition of the country's national stadia.
Need to, well, if anybody is given a job and the person is unable to perform to the satisfaction of the Ghanaian people who gave him that job, that person is fired. The president has the power to hire and fire, and I'll be expecting the president, as I'm talking today, to have fired the Minister for Youth and Sports, the Chief Executive of the National Sports Authority, and all other people who have brought this embarrassment and, let me say, humiliation to us. I think they have no excuse to be where they are. they had time enough to be able to avert this disgrace, and they didn't do anything about it. So they have been inept, they have been ineffective, inefficient in the discharge of their responsibility. So if the president is minded of the people who voted for him and the passion Ghanaians give to sports, he should take action right now.
Folks, I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for helping the channel grow. Thank you for all the new subscribers. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.